Hey, this is Matt. Once again, welcome back to another video, and this is a paid request for Alan Stanley. Thank you so much for that. For those interested in requesting any type of videos, reviews, re-reviews, topics, tier lists, rankings, random thoughts, whatever the case, commentary, streams, PayPal is the best way to do it. Do have a Cash App as well. Links are down below in the info box. Not by my balls, but down below the video. The links, if you wish to, feel free. I will get to as soon as I possibly can. For those who sent them, thank you. I do appreciate it. Now this is about, as the title, the thumbnail suggests, Manhunt and Manhunt 2. Which, thanks to Alan Stanley, I've been able to play. Manhunt 1 I was able to play twice thanks to him, and Manhunt 2 I was able to play once. I do hope one day to play it again, because I did get a few ROMs that hopefully work better. I like to test them out. Well, anyway, we'll get to that. But Manhunt 1, we'll start with that. For Rockstar Games. Now, I believe the first game came out in 2003. And it's one of those games that I heard about. And I heard from a few people, oh, you gotta play this, it's pretty good. But then it kind of went away, and I just never ended up playing it because I wasn't sure if the game would be that interesting in terms of the way people described it. It sounded repetitive. It sounded, okay, you go over here, you stealth kill someone, then you go over here, you stealth kill someone, you go over here, you stealth kill someone. I'm like, okay, well, is there a story? Is there a plot? Is there other types of gameplay? Not really. You just go stealth and kill someone. So, when you say it like that, it feels like, okay, well, that just seems like... And how long is this game? I mean, it sounds like it would get boring after 15 minutes. That's what it sounded like. That wasn't the case because I love the game. And I like the second one as well. But the game itself... Rockstar, of course, they were known for Grand Theft Auto 3, Grand Theft Auto Vice City. I played the third one. That's honestly the only Grand Theft Auto game I played was 3. I had that for the PlayStation 2. Never played Vice City, although I do know Ray Liotta, may he rest in peace. He is the voice. I know that has a pretty good soundtrack, which probably, if I ever tried to play that, it probably get blocked. I guess you'd have to shut off the radio, but I mean, what's the fun of that? And of course, many other Grand Theft Auto games since then, which I haven't played those. Bully, which I did try for an hour. Liked what I played. The person who requested, sadly, some things are not going the best in their life. I hope things get better for them. So it's like, no worries. If they ever want to request more in the future, cool. If not, no worries. But it was fun to play that 1 hour of Bully. The Warriors, which I go back and forth. There's some stuff about the Warriors I like. Now that I know a little bit what to do, I may like the game better a second time. I don't know. But overall, I didn't hate the game. But there's stuff about the game I hate. Like the final fight, we got to throw these stupid fucking bottles at the guys. Like, fuck this. But I don't hate the game. But, you know, they've done a lot of stuff. Now, Manhunt was very controversial. And people would want to ban it. It did get banned in a lot of countries because of the violence, because of what you do. Even people at Rockstar, they were iffy about it. There were people that were ready to have a mutiny because of the game. Because they would go, well, Grand Theft Auto, we could at least argue that you don't have to do that. You could play the game without killing anybody. I'm sitting there going, well, there are missions you do have to kill people. But I guess the innocent bystanders. Which... I know this is going to sound weird. I think Grand Theft Auto is more violent than Manhunt 1, at least. Manhunt 1 has more blood. What I mean by that is, with Grand Theft Auto, you could kill a lot of innocent people and beat the shit out of them, women, men, all the sorts of stuff, run them over in your car, of innocent people. Manhunt 2, you're killing murderers and people in snuff films and psychos. Violent, but they're psychos and murderers and creeps and creepazoids, and I guess it depends on how you view violence. You know, to me, if it's against those type of people, it's... But I guess, you know, technically, Manhunt is more violent. It got, like I said, banned in a lot of countries, got a lot of controversy. In England, there was a 14-year-old kid that got murdered by a 17-year-old, and that stupid fuck Jack Thompson, that lawyer that I think got disbarred, although he argued he didn't get disbarred, but some people said he did get disbarred because he made up shit. But whatever. He tried to fight against violence in video games and rap music and other shit. He didn't know what the fuck he was talking about. He tried to find his fucking ass with both hands. He would forget his fucking head was attached unless you remind him. Dumb fuck. The cops looked into it and they said, Jack Thompson saying, well, Manhunt, the video game was found and that kid must have played that game and he owned the game and that's the reason why he murdered this kid. Try to find out, the victim owned the game, not the killer. The victim owned the fucking game. It was his fucking game. That's number one. Number two, and I'm going to repeat this probably ad nauseum, violent video games, violent music, violent movies do not kill people. They make... If you're a sick, fucked up, horrible individual because of your life, because of what's going on in your life, because you have such mental issues, deficient faculties in your fucking pea brain, that you think killing someone is justified homicide, it doesn't matter what game it is. It could be Super Mario fucking Brothers, and hey, he bounced on some fucking Goomba and the head squished. So what, if a kid grabbed him and jumped on his fucking head till it squished like a grape, could he blame it on Super Mario Brothers? He jumped on that Goomba and it squished. So I thought it was a Goomba and I wanted to squish. I thought it was a turtle. I was going to jump on him and kick him in the gutter. They would blame anything if they're that fucked up. If you didn't have violent games, they would blame Mario. They blame Sonic. Here's a spike pit. And then they make a fucking spike pit. Then they throw their fucking friend or whatever in a spike pit. Anything would be blamed. Can be blamed. Would be blamed. Same with fucking music. Same with movies. You think Charles Manson played a lot of fucking video games? Or Jeffrey Dahmer? I bet Jeffrey Dahmer was a big fucking Doom fan, right? Playing Doom? No. He ate people. What video games can you eat people? I don't know. As the hero. Did he have fucking Cannibal Holocaust in his damn closet? No, I doubt. So it's all horseshit of a video game. It's an excuse. It's a crappy excuse. It's something to... It's a patsy. You don't want to take responsibility, so you blame something else for your misgivings and for your fuck-ups. So you blame something else for it. It's not me. It's that, or it's that, or it's that person, and they finger point because they don't want to blame themselves. Just to admit it takes the, I mean, whether you call it courage or balls or whatever, to admit that you're wrong. It's a hard thing to do, and not many people can do it, or would do it, or will do it. And again, the victim owned the game, not the fucking killer. So it was all bullshit. And they pretty much put that to bed. Now the game itself, it definitely has lived on. It's on the PlayStation 4. The two times I played it was because of Alan Stanley, who requested it, which I thanked him for. I played the PlayStation 2 one first. That first playthrough's on the channel. And then I'm like, oh, I got the PS4. It looked crisper, at least to me. People had issues saying that they had all these problems. I didn't. I don't. I think there was one time. There was one time where it crashed on me. One time. And thankfully I just saved. I mean, you say one time is one time too many, but thankfully it was only one time. And plus with the PS4 I was able to record the footage and look a bit better. And it was fun to play it again. It was a lot of fun to play it again. Love the game still. You played as this guy named Cash, which you hear a few words from him later in the game, but he's not much of a talkative guy. So as Cash, you're sent in to be executed, but your death is fate. And this guy running everything, voiced by Brian Cox, who was the original Hannibal Lecter in the film Manhunter. He was Colonel Stryker in X-Men 2. He's been in a lot of other stuff. He was in The Long Kiss Goodnight with Gina Davis. He's the guy, he's the head honcho, he's the head bad guy, and he's pretty much going to put you into, if the Running Man, pretty much a version of the Running Man. Because the Running Man was a snuff film too. I mean, it was, people died during it. They lied about it. But I mean, they do film and people die. So actually, they lie about certain things in The Running Man. The people that won, they were really losers. But there's other people that get killed too. Or they get killed. So like The Running Man, it's a snuff film operation where they have all these different streets and avenues that you are supposed to get through inch by inch, and you can kill people. You sneak up on them, and depending on how long you hold the button, you can get 3 different kills. Whatever weapon you have, whether it be a baseball bat, whether it be a crowbar, whether it be a shiv, there's 3 different kills. I like that the stealth gives you a bit of leniency, where as long as you don't run, you just walk. You can walk up, and you'll not bump into them. And there's a button you could kind of hone in on. It makes it a bit easier so to go kill the guy. And also it's a bit forgiving if you get spotted. If you run far enough, you hide in the shadow, and then you don't mess around, that you kind of lose you and regain your senses. There's there's pills you could take to regain your health. Sometimes the shooting isn't the most fluid. Although I do like that you can aim, if you get close enough, you can aim and shoot them in the head, or especially with the shotgun, blow their heads off, which is a lot of fun. But Manhunt I really enjoyed. I enjoyed the atmosphere of the game. It's grimy, it's dirty, the music is very creepy and kind of unnerving. And I thought they did a really good job with that. The controls, even on the PS4, felt good. You push the button to aim, you have to creeping up on them. And then the kills, the variety of the kills. And I think that's what was lost upon me when I first heard about the game, is that, no, with each weapon you got 3 different types of kills. And so, like, you do 3 different ways and see 3 different animations. And some of them, like the baseball bat, you hit it and the the brain splatter, and sometimes it'll hit the wall and it'll coat the wall with blood. That detail, like gets me each time. I would say that's one of my favorites. The shotgun when you blow someone's head off, that's one of my favorites. Now I'm trying to think. There's a lot of cool stuff there. And I mean, and there's also different environments. So there's the street levels, but then there's an abandoned mall that you go through. There's a junkyard you go through. There's subways. There's, a police station. There's a whole mansion part at the end of the game. And then like the gunplay, the second half, well, later on in the game it's much more of a gun heavy playthrough, which I didn't think about that. I'm like, oh, okay, yeah, of course there's guns in this. And again, sometimes I could be a bit iffy, because sometimes I would swear I'm like close enough to flip up to aim at the head, but it didn't work. Or sometimes I would like shoot, I'm like, how many fucking bullets do you take? Is it not hitting them? Another annoying part is the crane section. There's about 2 times where you gotta get the crane and you gotta move this refrigerator. But actually what made it work was that I think the game thinks you're going to use the fridge and move it around and kill all the bad guys. What made it work for me is just I got out of the damn crane and just went pop, 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 with the nail gun, pop them in the head, get the pain pills, redeem my health, shoot them like that. And honestly, that worked a lot better when I played the second time around. And like I say, it has this unnerving musical score to it that's subtle. The violence is intense and visceral. Brian Cox does a good job playing the villain, and there's times he gets so excited and into it, a bit too into it. Pop, 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 pop. Gusher, score. There are about 2 missions where you have to have someone follow you and protect them, but they're pretty manageable considering how annoying escort missions can be. They're actually manageable. There's one with a homeless guy, and honestly with the homeless guy, you just tell him to wait in the dark and just go kill everybody and come back and get him when you need to. And you like push him further into the dark path. The second one with the reporter is a little bit annoying, because if you get too far or if you go too long, she'll freak out. You gotta run back. So yeah, that's a little bit annoying, but I mean, it's again not too bad. I've played games where the escort missions are a lot fun. Hell, there's, what was that, Ninja Turtles 3 Mutant Nightmare? Which that was a nightmare. Yeah, like, if April gets killed, you fucking die. And then there's the Fugitoid you have to fucking lift and move slow as fuck. And if you throw him, you can't place him down. If you throw him, he gets hurt. And if he loses health, you fucking lose the mission, the level. Like, fuck, man. Especially when he won't fucking walk on his own 2 feet, the fat ass. Anyway. There's a lot worse escort missions, I'll say that. It's only 2, and they're very manageable. There's a different type of stealth section at the end where you have to fight the guy who acts like a pig, got the pig mask on. That's pretty intense, that's pretty scary. The final fight with Brian Cox, I do wish there was a save right before the fight, so you don't have to do all the other stuff. Get the chainsaw, kill the guards. I do wish there was a save there. But I don't know the details of that Brian Cox fight. I don't know if he only has 6 bullets, and you have to wait till he uses 6 bullets, or does he reload? I don't know. the details. I tried a few times and then got lucky each time I play it. So if anyone knows any details on that, let me know. Because I would gladly play the game, at the end of it's definitely a game that once you get into it, you kind of feel as sadistic as it sounds, you feel kind of good on getting these guys because of how sick, horrible, terrible these guys are. And it's like, well, they kind of get what they deserve, and you kind of feel like Jason Voorhees. In fact, there's people that have mods where you could play as Jason Voorhees if you have like a PC. There's a mod where, and I guess for some reason when I first saw the cover, I thought that's who you played as. I thought you played as a guy looking like Jason Voorhees. But instead, that's one of the killers. I'm like, okay. For some reason, I thought that was you with the hockey mask stuff on. That'd be cool if you had the option, like, unlockable. But, I mean, if you have PC, you could do mods, which I have a computer, but I'm not good at playing games on there. But yeah, I love the first Manhunt. I do quite like it. So now you have Manhunt 2. Manhunt 2 I've only played once, so I'm not as familiar with it because the first one was more fresh in my head. Manhunt 2, I believe, came out around 2007, because the first game I think was 2003. Once again, thanks to Alan Stanley for that request. That is a game I would like. Well, I would like to play again. Well, again, I'll get to that. So they announced Manhunt 2, because Manhunt 1, because of the controversy, did well. As soon as they announced it, it was a shitstorm, wildfire of controversy. Where Jack Thompson once again, and what about that killing in England? You mean the one where the victim had the game? Yeah, and it was involved somehow, and how about, like, what was up with the kid, and what's up with the kid's parents, and how did the kid's parents not fucking know, and what's going on with the kid's life, and was he picked on in school, what was his mental fucking issue? But we don't want to ask those questions, because they're tougher to fucking answer, I guess. And there's all these news reports, and that's about, like, when they announced the game. So they made the game, and when it was getting close to release, there was more of a shitstorm where pretty much the ratings, the ESRB said, nah, this game is going to be adults only. That's like getting the NC-17 rating for movies. You're not allowed, you can't release a game that's adults only. PlayStation, and they refuse. We will not release a game on our hardware that's adults only. I don't know why. Adults do play these fucking things too. It's up to the parent to decide, is my kid not fucked up enough? Can they handle it? Because they should be the ones to be able to buy the fucking game. Adults. Anyway. But it was a death knell. So what they had to do was they had to censor it. They had to censor the game. The censoring, I've looked up playthroughs of it. It's a pain in the ass. Because what happens is when you do a kill, the camera shakes, there's a red filter, and then it like glitches out, so you can't really see anything with each of these kills. You could like kind of go back and forth, barely see it, but barely see it if at all. And I find it funny that it was on the Wii in the first place. I'm like, okay, I would love to be in the room where Nintendo said, yeah, sure, you can put Manhunt 2 on the Wii. You don't have the first game on the Wii, and it's Manhunt 2, I mean, I don't know what you expect. And it's on the Wii, which is usually known for family, so I find it funny. Like the fact that they fucking did that. I like to know how that all came about. Maybe someone Nintendo's like, I'm tired of this kid shit. Go with some balls. But yeah, you can't see it. It's glitchy. It's red filters, all that stuff. But if you got it on the PC, it was uncut. And even with the censored version, they still complained. They being the media, Jack Thompson, even Hillary Clinton. Which I'm like, you and your husband, you have a lot of more issues that I'm not going to get into. Skeletons in your fucking closets. This game ain't nothing compared to some of the shit I've heard you guys do, but again, not going to get into that. Hillary Clinton, you fuck. But there you go. It still should be adults only. And it's like, no, we censored it. Look, we censored the shit out of it. And the way, the media talked about it is, you're the one doing this, and the weapon is in your hands. Like every fucking first-person shooter in Call of Duty, yeah, a gun is in your hands to shoot people. Doom. All these fucking video games. Zelda, yeah, in Zelda, a sword is in your hand to cut people and stab them. Final Fight, yes, the fist is in your hand to fist fuck someone in the face. Almost every fucking video game, unless you're playing fucking Intelligent Cube or something, or Tony Hawk's Pro Skater or something. Yeah, a lot of games, there's a weapon in your hand. Even fucking Mario, you're stomping mud holes in people, or you're shooting fire. Oh, a kid will get firecrackers and think he's doing fireballs. He'll be that, or flares. He'll do a bunch of flares, and hey, I got my Mario fireball. It's all these flares and burn people. That'll be the next one, or in the future one. But anyway, what the hell was I saying? Oh, they wanted to be adults only, and they go, no. We censored it. It's done. Give us there's nothing more we can do. They looked at it, fine. It is now, for mature audiences. Which, it was meant to be that in the first place. But, people are playing it, and number one, you're playing a censored version, and that's going to kind of affect your thoughts on the game. And they did try to go a bit of a different route, which I actually appreciate and I like. I would say Manhunt 1 I like more, but Manhunt 2 I did like the different type of story. You play as a guy who, you do tell early on he has a split personality. This guy he talks to Leo, who wants him to do the more violent stuff, while the other guy's like, no, I don't want to kill him. The story goes into your character was kind of forced into these MK Ultra brainwashing, kind of like Manchurian Candidate type of stuff. So you're doing stuff done under your own volition, and you can kill innocent people if you want. There's a few of them there in the game. Homeless people, etc. Now, I think in the finished game, I think no matter what you do, you get the ending, the good ending. I don't know if it's in the finished version, if it's you're on hard mode. I don't remember now, actually. If you gotta play on hard mode and you did maybe get the ultra ending, I can't remember. But I know the idea was that you play the game, if you kill enough innocent people, you'll get the bad ending. Which, that was kind of the idea. Do you want to be the good guy? Do you want to be the bad guy? You want to be the bad guy? Fine, well, you get the bad ending. There's other games that have done that. Condemned. I mean, not Condemned. The Suffering. If you don't save, or if you start killing innocent people, it'll help you get the bad ending. And The Suffering didn't get fucking censored and banned and well, I don't know if it got banned. But that was probably because there's a lot more supernatural stuff. When it tends to go into that, the ratings board, whether it be movies or whether it be games, they're more. Yeah, it's bloody as shit, but there's still, demons and monsters, so that's fine. You still shoot someone in the face and blow their head up like it was fucking Manhunt, but you're killing demons mostly and stuff, so it's cool. But Manhunt 2, I know people complain about that game. Listen, I like the story. There are moments that are a bit annoying. Certain guys that like pop out of nowhere. Like, I swore I cleared everybody out. And then all of a sudden, 3-4 people pop out of fucking nowhere. I'm like, what the hell? I personally don't like the idea that you could be hiding and they come up and you gotta play this fucking game of you gotta hit the button or you gotta do this or not move. And I don't like that. I like the way it was in the first game where if I just hide in darkness, I gotta wait, then go up and get the guy. I don't want to play this little fucking mini game, push the right button. Just sometimes I don't know what the button is and did I do it right or all that stuff. Especially my first time playing it. Also, it didn't help that I played it on a ROM, which is the uncut version. That's how I played it. I played the uncut version because there was a PlayStation 2 like European thing that was uncut that got leaked out, and I played that. But it might have been the one I got a bad one, a bad ROM, because it kept. But actually, now that I think about it, there were other people saying, yeah, there were some issues that sometimes it would freeze. And that was a pain in the ass. That from time to time it would freeze. Now, I did put one or two other ROMs on my PlayStation 3 of Manhunt 2. Someday I would like to try those out to see if they have less freeze or no freeze. Because I know there's some out there that have patches that don't do that. But it's just hard to find those. That's the PS2 one. Or they'll say they are, but doesn't mean they really are. But I do remember that there was a lot more executions in that game. A lot more. Now, granted, because the thing I played was like a beta, sometimes it was a bit iffy on what you're able to see, but it was still a lot better than seeing it all glitchy and filtered and shit. And the fact that you have like gun executions was cool. There was like executions with pliers and like other. It felt like a lot more different types of weapons, a lot more different types of kills, a lot of really brutal shit. And like the gun executions I thought was a really cool idea too. And I wasn't able to do this, but I know there's an execution like you could kind of jump off and execute someone in the air. When I first played it, the thing went by so quick I didn't know how to do it, and then I forgot how to do it, or checked in on how to do it. So there you go. But yeah, I did like the game. I liked how it felt a bit different. Even the last level where you're like in a cemetery and you're kind of fighting versions of your other self. I thought that was kind of a neat way of doing that. Again, I'm being vague on it because I've only played it the one time, but I do, well, again, I have a little bit more issues. Again, that may be because I was playing the beta, so the freezing didn't help. But I do remember liking it, although again, there were some frustrations of some of the gun stuff. Of like, getting killed too easily, people come out of fucking woodwork. God damn it. But overall, I do like the Manhunt games. I think they're really fun and brutal and violent and eerie and atmospheric. The first game probably had more atmosphere, but the second, I actually appreciate there's a little bit more to the character. I mean, I don't mind the character of Cash, but there is more character in Manhunt 2, and I appreciate that. A little bit more. There's a story in Manhunt, but I like the little bits more of a story in Manhunt 2, so take that for you will. I wish Manhunt 2 would get re-released on the PlayStation 4 or now PS5. It won't. They won't do it. And like release the uncut version again, they won't do it. And they're not going to bring Manhunt again. As in, they're not going to make a Manhunt 3. I mean, I think it'd be cool to see a Manhunt movie. I think it'd be cool to see Manhunt 3. I think it'd be very cool to see Manhunt 2 re-released. The uncut version, put it out there again on your PS4, PS5. Again, they'll never do that because they had so much controversy back then. They had so much controversy and so much vitriol from the news outlets and Jack Thompson and Hillary Clinton. And I think for Rockstar, it was such a headache. And granted, they had controversies. Was it Grand Theft Auto San Andreas? There's like a mini game where you could have sex with someone and it got through because I guess someone saw it and they thought it'd be cut out and it wasn't. I don't know. I don't know if they eventually cut it out. They might have, but I've seen some people say that you could put like you could do something to be able to play it or something. I don't know. I know about San Andreas. I never played it, Grand Theft Auto San Andreas, but I heard that was like part of like a $50 million lawsuit or something. But Manhunt 1 and 2 gave them much more headaches. Gave them much more of a pain in their ass. And again, with Grand Theft Auto, they could go, well, you could do this, you could do that, but they just felt that Manhunt 1 and 2 is just much more visceral, much more creepy, much more unflinching in its violence, as it's supposed to be. And the controversy got people noticed. I mean, I didn't play the game back then, but I knew of the controversy. Even I had heard of it. But I didn't want to play it, because number one, I had not played the first one. Number two, I didn't want to play a censored version. It's like, I don't want to see a censored horror movie. But yeah, that's why they'll never do a Manhunt 3, because they don't want that controversy. Especially in today's age, with how people are much more sensitive. They definitely don't want that smoke. In a movie, I think same thing. They thought, oh, it's going to be too violent, too gory, too this and that. Well, what if one person sees that movie and they do something horrible and they blame the movie? And I'm sitting there going, well, they'll blame something else then, if they're that fucked up. But yeah, Manhunt 1 and 2 I do quite like, I do enjoy, and two damn good games. And yeah, sadly, no Manhunt 3, no Manhunt movie, no Manhunt 2 uncut on PS4. I mean, that'd be cool, but they're not going to do anything with it, which is a shame. I'm surprised Manhunt 1 got on the PS4. I am surprised by that. Which then makes me go, well, fuck, if you put Manhunt 1 on there, just put the fucking sequel. And you have the uncut shit, just do that. I mean, if you did the first one, I mean, I never understood that. Like, you do the first one, but you don't want to do the second one. Then why? I don't get it. But That's just me being silly, I guess. But with that said, thanks for watching. Again, I don't know if I'll have footage of the games or not. I don't know. Just depends how lazy I am. Thanks for watching. Take care. Thanks for listening, Alan Stanley, and we will see you guys in the next video. Bye-bye for now.